What's up, everybody? This is your boy Abe, and you're now tuned in to the most exciting show coming out of a tub, BPI Sports Podcast, The Scoop. All right, so guest today is Stefan Aarnio, and you are a major boss. I mean, you got your new book out. You're killing it in real estate from what I see all over your pages, and you got multiple books in that game as well, too. Mm-hmm. You run your own podcast. Mm-hmm. And is that your own branding of trail mix that you're taking down?
No, man. I just did an interview with Andy Frisella.
Oh, Andy's great.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was on his. He was on my show for like an hour and a half, and I thought, I'm gonna eat some of these peanuts, some of this trail mix. Well, then I did that show with India, and now I got you guys. So I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat these peanuts.
Just fucking eat them.
Well, we appreciate it. You taking time out of your busy day to come join us, because to be honest, if it was just me here and not Whitney, who's our VP, it would be pretty much, you could write this book. It'd be a broke guy ask a rich guy how to get rich, and long term, it would be sounding like me begging you for money. So
if I was a rich man.
No, but it's awesome to have you here, brother. Obviously, we became fans. I personally, overnight, I got to see you through your Instagram page and other podcasts as well, too. And I'll let Whitney get to his point, but what I really wanted to reach out and touch bases with you on was you were on Logan Paul's show. Paul Logan?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I saw you on that podcast, and I was like, this guy is crushing like all major points, but I wanted the breakdown to the book because, as you can see, we're a big gym company, and, the title gives it pretty much all away, and I heard you speak about it, and dude, the gym is just a soft time for guys in general. It's like guys wearing their sisters' clothes to the gym. And, if you act that way at the gym, where else are you acting like that? These guys are, probably...
Yes, let me chime in here because Abe's point here with what's currently happening in the fitness industry, because we are a sports nutrition company. We've been around for 10 years where we've been brand of the year in GNC, Vitamin Shop. We're in over 100 countries. So we've been around for a while. We're well established in this industry. And the cool thing about our brand is the majority of the people that work here also live the life. So we're not just selling snake oil. We're living this life. We all train, we all eat. We're all pretty hardcore. But the transition over the past 10 years in the fitness world has been really strange, but I guess it does kind of mirror just pop culture in general. You go from like the 90s when, I don't know if you remember this, but the guys used to wear the big Zubab pants and the string tank tops, and they were hardcore, like biker looking dudes in the gym. And right. Now it's all about who's got the best tights, who's got the newest sneakers, who's got, like the coolest haircut. And that's like the guys that are working out now. And it's hard for us to relate to that new demographic.
Right. Yeah, well, I guess you guys got to get a case of Hard Times Crazy Strong Man, put it at the front of the gym. And you say, you got to get one of these to get in because, I got a Spartan on the front. The Spartans were some hard motherfuckers. Like, they put those guys in the military at age 8. They'd beat the crap out of the 8-year-old. And then the young Spartan got a red cloak. He was naked and he had to steal to survive. And if the shopkeeper caught him, he'd get to beat him. So that was the Spartans. They were all gymnasts. They were hardcore dudes. They had to steal to survive. They're naked. And that's a real departure from guys wearing Lululemon pants and having a protein shake or whatever the fuck.
No, that's awesome. You talked about the cover of your book has a Spartan, the image. Where did the illustrations from your book, the Hard Times Create Strong Men, where did the illustrations come from throughout the book? So there's some really cool illustrations in there.
You're talking about like the guy with tits and a dick?
Oh my God, dude. When you showed that on the podcast, I about fell out. I was like...
Yeah, I'm like, this guy's got a tits and a dick. What is he? We don't know, right? So yeah, the book is illustrated kind of like a comic, and I don't know where I got this idea from, but I wrote this long book. It took me 11 days to write Hard Times, Crazy Strong Man. So I sat down and wrote this book in 11 days. And it was just like a rant. I had these young boys show up at my office. They're my salesmen. So I had 8 employees at the time. I have 13 now. And I show up at the office after an 18-day water fast in the jungle. And I'm a pretty hard dude after that. I come out of the jungle, and these young boys saying, I don't like you. You're mean. This isn't my dream. This isn't what I want to do with my life. I don't love this. And I said, what the fuck you guys say to me? I had to sit them down and have a how to be a man talk. And I gave a 6-hour lecture over 2 days. So 3 hours and 3 hours. And the lecture stuck with these guys. They understood they had to be a man. They got to do their work, earn the respect of themselves, respect of other men, and the respect of the women. And they got it. It was good. So I wrote this down in a book. I said, I never want to give this talk again. It's not my platform. It's not my game to talk about what a man is. Who cares? I'm a real estate investor. So I ended up sitting on this offensive manuscript for 6 months. I thought it's offensive. It's rated R. It's got violence. It's got killing. And then I said, fuck it. I'm going to publish it. So I ended up publishing it. And I got this. I went on 99designs.com and I hired an artist named Buzz Erlander Ford. And I said, here's the manuscript. Well, first I tried. There was 50 people competing for the job. And I had all sorts of different illustrators. But I picked Buzz because he was just somebody who, I guess he understood kind of the real feel we were going for. And I gave him the manuscript, and he came up with his own images. So he had the titles, and he had the text, and it was like a collaboration. You know, Buzz did his, interpretations, and there's naked chicks, and there's guys getting stabbed, and guys getting crucified, and a guy getting his balls cut off, and like just all this like almost like Pulp Fiction or Fight Club stuff.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Pulp Fiction is what I thought.
You had
about.
a line in there from Fight Club, I believe, right?
Yeah, bro, I got a couple. And you know, I wanted to make the book as good as a movie. So like, if you're going to spend $30 to go to see Avengers or whatever the fuck, or some crappy Star Wars movie with the gender neutral heroes, you can go see that shit, or you can come over to Hard Times. And Hard Times is better than a movie because it's got pictures, it's rated R, there's naked chicks, there's swears, there's all the good stuff to compete with the movie revenue.
That's awesome.
No, I think that's amazing, dude. I love it. I love the breakdown to it. Now, was it during the fast when you came up, like when you came back? Because you beat cancer, correct?
So I've been doing fasting for like 7 years, and I did a 30-day water fast some years ago. I did an 18-day, then I did a 40-day. I got cancer, and I did a 40-day water fast. I beat cancer. And then I've got a little bit of cancer in my liver, a new type actually that's come up. So I eradicated the last type. It was colon cancer. I wiped it out on the fast. And then I have a new type that's popped up in my bile duct in my liver. So I'm going back to the jungle on the 15th to do another 40-day water fast. I'm pretty sure cancer will be dead because it can't live for 40 days with no sugar. It'll be dead, but I won't.
Oh, that's a great point. So if you don't feed your body sugars and certain carbohydrates that turn into sugar, cancer can't survive, correct? It can't survive.
Yeah, well, it lives on sugar. So
right, yeah.
It lives on sugar. So there's two things that happen when you fast. One is you're starving the cancer, and the other thing is your body starts to eat the cancer. So autophagy takes place, and your body renders down all your fat, renders down. It eats muscle for about 2 days of the 40 days, and then the body realizes it can't eat muscle. It goes, no, we can't eat this. So it eats sugar in your intestines and your liver for 3 days. Then it switches to muscle for 2 days. Then it goes into hardcore ketosis. And then your body starts looking for every foreign object it can find to start eating. So it'll eat tumors.
Wow.
It'll eat the shit in your blood. It'll eat, you got 36 feet of intestines. It'll eat everything in your intestines. It'll just eat every single foreign object it can. So I lost 60 pounds on the fast.
Damn.
So it rendered down all my fat. And at the end, I was 15% body fat. So I was perfect like body fat at the end. But that was, we got a lot of shit. You probably have 30 pounds of shit inside you, especially if you guys are eating protein powders and meat and stuff. There's probably 30, 40 pounds of shit in your intestines.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
So you go on a fast, that'll all come out, every last piece of it.
Where did you get the idea to, once you found out that you were diagnosed with cancer, what made you do the fast? Like, where did you get that idea from?
I've been fasting for like 7 years. I had ulcerative colitis, so I had bleeding intestines, and I also had an inflamed liver. So I've had 2 organs that have been compromised for like 15 years, and I was trying to fix my colitis. Unfortunately, when I started doing the long fasting, my colon was already dead. Like, it was, when the doctors took my colon out, it was black. and purple. So it was like, it's supposed to be pink and kind of like a piece of ham or something, like pink and bright. And mine was purple and black and dead. So it had just suffered for 15 years. And I just started fasting. And then the doctors told me, actually, this is what Hard Times 2 is about. They told me I'd be dead in 2 weeks. And I said, I'm going to the jungle. So I went to the jungle and fasted instead of doing whatever the fuck they wanted me to do. Some chemo. They wanted to chemo me. And they said, well, it's a 2% survival rate over 5 years. And I said, well, that's horrible. I'm going to the jungle. And, it's interesting because, I'm here today. I don't have colon cancer anymore. They said that it was spreading and I was going to die. It's gone now. And, I have a second organ that's compromised that manifested a new primary cancer. So I'll go deal with that too. But, the medical world, they don't know what they're doing, man. They have no idea. They don't know about nutrition. They don't know about the human soul or the human spirit. They don't even understand emotions. They don't understand anything except for cut, burn, and poison. That's all they got for you. They'll cut you, burn you, poison you. If your arm is broken, go to the doctor. Or you have a bone sticking out of you, go to the doctor. But for everything else, unless it's antibiotics is the answer, you shouldn't go.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I mean, anytime you go to a doctor, that like for the most part they don't even have an answer for you, right? It's just to throw medication.
He's reading WebMD.
Right.
I read WebMD. I went on WebMD to read about my illnesses, and there's exactly what the doctor said. I said, this motherfucker's reading WebMD to me. He gets $400,000 to read at WebMD.
You are like the actual live version of like Tyler Durden. Like, I gotta look here to see you on the background to believe you're fucking real. Like, you're a badass,
dude.
all
So you
around, bro.
Dude, I got a mansion. The guys in my company live in the mansion. I live in the mansion, and I run my companies like a fight club, dude.
That's awesome.
I mean, we don't actually fight, like we don't actually do that because I need the guys to work. but it is like Fight Club, man, and that's funny you say that because Tyler Durden's a really special character, and I've become him. I was gonna publish my books under a fake name, actually, the new ones, like Hard Times. I was gonna put that whole series out through a fake name, which was LP Roberts for Lord Pirate Roberts. But then I went to the jungle and I was like, fuck it. And I just started putting them out under my name, and I've become Lord Pirate Roberts. So I've become the character that I would have imagined I would have released them under. And you know what? It's a lot better. It's cooler. I got a pretty cool beard now. I'm growing my hair out. I don't give a shit. Nobody owns me. I'm not like that whore LeBron.
Oh God! Oh, kill him, please! Like,
LeBron, dude, he's a basketball player, but he's owned. He's a slave, man.
Totally. So look, this was my whole thing when I came into the office, like bitching about LeBron. Because look, we're in South Florida, so people hate LeBron down here because they feel like he did the Heat wrong, and I was never on the LeBron James bandwagon.
I'm a Bulls fan.
He's a Bulls fan.
All around Chicago boy. That's where I'm originally from. You're a
Midwest
cat too, huh?
Well, dude, I'm from Winnipeg in Canada. We had Toronto.
Right.
We had Toronto playing, and they went pretty close.
I thought Toronto was going to win. I wish they would have. But LeBron, when he pulls this shit because he's this social justice warrior, this hero, right? And now he's not educated enough to speak on what's going on in China.
It's educated. Right. He's not even educated.
Right. But unless you've been living in a hole for the last 10 years, you know what's going on in China. And now he can't talk about it? Fuck that.
Well, dude, I mean, that's the thing. Like, he's a high-paid slave. And the thing about me is nobody owns me. Nobody owns me. I have 35,000 names in a database that pay me money, buy my books, whatever. Nobody owns Stefan Aarnio. Stefan Aarnio is a free man. I have properties. I have cash flow. You can't fuck with me. So, like, I can say whatever I want, and it's kind of dangerous, I guess, to some people for me to talk about how things. Yeah, it's cool, man. And you know what? I realized with Hard Times, I put out Hard Times. It's offensive. It's rated R. I realized the people who buy my shit are guys who like this message anyways. And the women who are like, this is mean, fuck them. They don't buy anything anyways. The lesbians, they don't buy anything. Social justice warriors don't buy anything from me. And anybody who doesn't really agree with that message really doesn't spend any money. So I haven't lost anything.
You're right.
Agreed.
You're right.
I agree with you on that.
I have to admit, though, the beard changes your look. You're like, it drastically changes your look. I like the beard, definitely.
Yeah. I mean,
that's badass.
Yeah, I personally, if I still had hair, I'd grow fucking hair like you. I'd probably even come down to the jungle with you and bounce from here.
December 15th, I'm going to the jungle. You can come if you want.
Hell yeah, that would be fucking awesome.
Dude, how crazy is it when you're in there? Like I know I heard you speak about it, like, the first few days that, like, it sinks in, and then, like, you said something about your 40th day and how the 40th day is something special. I mean, are you going in that long again? Are you going to go in?
I'm doing 40, dude. I got to go kill cancer again, so I'm going to do 40 days. And usually the first 10 days is quite difficult. So it's a fasting retreat where people, like, are all fasting there. And they do 21 days or 30 days or 25 or 35 or 40 or whatever their number is. I think if you're going to do it, you should do 21 minimum. And it's a mental game, dude. Like, what you got to realize is hunger is mental. It's not even real. Mm-hmm. I know gym guys, they're eating like 6 meals a day or whatever the fuck, 10 meals or whatever. And hunger doesn't exist. It's when you feel your belly rumbling, it's your stomach cleaning itself out. So hunger is in your throat. It's a gentle tickling, a pleasant tickling in your throat. And I've never even felt that. I've done a 40-day water fast, never felt real hunger. I've felt the belly hunger and the ego hunger. You're like, oh, I want to eat some pizza or whatever. That's ego. But I've never felt the gentle tickling in the throat. So I could have kept fasting, man. I never got to the real hunger, which is crazy. And day 40, I could have kept going. Day 25 was a tough day when I did the 30 and the 40. It was tough. And there are some days where you're having like a breakdown because emotions are coming up and you're dealing with your shit. And a lot of people don't like dealing with themselves. They have to face themselves in the jungle, and they don't like that. They hate themselves. So a lot of people quit. A lot of people start vomiting every day. A lot of people are having diarrhea every day. A lot of people, like, some people get hives because all sorts of shit's coming out of them. I had 3 days, like 37, 38, 39, 40, like around that pace. I was pissing battery acid every day, peeing out the most like acidic thing. And I don't know what that was. It was probably some medical drugs from when I had my colon cut out. Yeah. So I don't know what that was. So you deal with some of your demons out there. And then this year I did day 43. I found God and experienced ego death where my ego couldn't survive anymore. Like, I got to the point where I was having like a mental breakdown. And it was either go to the mental institution or you found God. I let go of everything and boom, the lights went on. So that's some seriously crazy shit. I write about that in Hard Times too. So the whole story is there if you want to read about it. But it's, there's a reason why not many people do a 40-day water fast. It's seriously intense. You got to work up to it like a marathon.
Right. Yeah, and like you said, I mean, people don't want to face their problems and face themselves or even get to really know themselves. So that's tough, man. That's powerful what you did. That's awesome. So, totally badass that you could do that. Now, you mentioned that story is in Hard Times Part 2 that's coming out, or that's in the current issue?
The current.
Hard Times 2, you can go get that at my store right now. It's done. Hard
Okay.
Times 2 is done.
Oh, wow.
Hard Times 3 is done.
Okay.
Hard Times 4 is coming out before Christmas. It's done. So you can go get it at my store now. I haven't officially released them on Amazon. If I end up, my publicist says I'm going on Ellen DeGeneres. If I end up going on Ellen, I'll release all of them at once.
Hell
so
yeah,
like,
you have to.
Dude, you definitely gotta go. Like,
yeah, I'll be like, boom, here's them all.
Hey,
Yeah.
even though she likes Obama and George Bush, you still have to do that, right?
yeah.
I think you know what? I'm gonna say to Ellen, I'm like, look, Ellen, we got a lot in common. I love women too.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love women. Let's go pick up chicks, Ellen.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, we won't keep you any longer. I know you're probably busy, and we've held you up for an hour or so, but we'd love to get you back in here again. Definitely to talk to India. I think there's a bunch of cool stuff that you guys can discuss, and I'm gonna read this book. Like I said, I'm waiting on the hard copy to come in. I purchased the bundle. It's a great deal. You get the audio version, which is great for me because I travel all the time and I like to listen to that stuff. And then you get the PDF, and then the book is on the way. So that's awesome. I think it was super cheap, like $40 for everything. So it was a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
If you want, just tell everyone how to find you, what your social media is, and all that good stuff.
Well, I was gonna say, Whitney, you should get a case of Hard Times for your gym. And you can say when the guys are coming in, like, stop being a little bitch, get one of these.
That's
you know?
that's a great idea. I'm actually going to put it at the front of the office here.
Yeah.
And for everyone that comes in. Mike, you'd like a copy of this. I think you're a hard times create strong men guy.
Mike's our camera guy. He's loved every second of
yeah.
everything you've said from here to India.
You know, it's funny. There's a couple things that sell the book. I'm like, look, this book's rated R. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Do you like rated R books? They're like, fuck yeah, I love rated R. I'm like, yeah, you like violence, killing, money, sex, religion, politics? Like, yeah, give it to me. Violence and killing, I'm in. And then the other thing it sells is I say, look, women, this book isn't for women. It's not allowed. And then women are like, oh, I better read it now. So
they have to have it. Absolutely.
Yeah, as soon as women can't have it, they're having it, right? That's just the female race right there. So, if people want to get a copy, they can go to hardtimestrongmen.com. You know, it'd be awesome to get it from my store. I get the money. If you get it from Amazon, it goes to Amazon. So hardtimestrongmen.com is where I sell it direct, or stefanarnio.com/store. And then on social media, I'm at Stefan Aarnio. And yeah, it'd be awesome if you can get that. Guys, I'd love to make the book a bestseller because I think that the young men, the 18-year-old guys right now need a lot of help. Because there's no fathers. I agree. They don't have fathers. The girls don't have fathers. And statistically, if the boys don't have fathers, they're going to end up in jail at some point. And the girls, if they don't have fathers, they end up as sluts or prostitutes or strippers. So, like, it's really shitty. They talk about toxic masculinity, but it's the absence of masculinity that's toxic. When you take that out of the system, the whole thing gets really bad.
Exactly. You were talking about that on Impulsive, and as Abe pointed out, they cut you off every single time that you were actually starting to explain what you know, and like there was so much more that could have been said on that podcast. Like you were killing it on that, and I totally agree with you. You know, the absence of masculinity, it's not toxic. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. I mean, it's just being masculine, right?
Yeah, well, it's sad, man. I mean, Logan's a nice guy, and Big Mike, he's a nice guy. But fuck, they kept interrupting me. And it's like, dudes, just let me talk. And then we went for an hour. We didn't even talk about fucking men. We talked about women, social justice warriors, and
the whole time.
Well, that's
yeah. So I told Abe, I said, Abe, you have to watch this podcast to just dig in and find out what he's about, what Stefan's about. And he watched it and he came back and he said, what the fuck? I was watching it, and every time he was starting to have a real conversation, they would cut him off. And all they wanted to talk about were, either gays or, whatever. But they didn't talk about men at all.
Yeah, we didn't talk about men. And you know what? That's like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club. We don't talk about men. I'm going to a convention. Actually, I'm in Florida Thursday. I'll be flying in. I'm going to be in Orlando at a convention called the 21 Convention, which is all men. And it's talking about being a man and all the men issues, making money, dating, women, how to be a man. And you guys should come check out that convention. Actually.
Is this next month? Next month's the 21st?
No, like this week, dude.
This week?
It's called wait. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week. Come up to Orlando.
I'll come up this weekend for sure. I don't know what you're doing, but we definitely will swing up there. I mean, it's not too far away. Do you have that posted on your Instagram or anything as far as what you're going to be doing?
Well, the location's secret, but you guys can, if you guys hit me up, we can talk about it at the show. I can see a way to get you guys in. It's got, Jack Donovan speaking. He wrote The Way of Men.
Mm-hmm.
Stefan Aarnio speaking. He's one of the biggest philosophy YouTubes on the planet. I just had him on my podcast. I had Jack on my podcast too. They've got Elliot Hulse, I think, is speaking. So a whole bunch of really big dudes from the man world. I'm speaking on Sunday, main stage. So it's gonna be a good convention, and it's crazy because, like, if you want to get a bunch of men together to talk about being a man, the cops show up, they break you guys up because that's actually threatening to the people in power. A bunch of men getting together is now dangerous.
Absolutely.
That's why they put girls in Boy Scouts now.
Yep.
You should come to our Christmas party. Usually we roll up the cops after a while.
Yeah, usually the cops come get us after the Christmas party. But
damn! Right. Damn, I'll come if there's girls. I like girls.
We got plenty.
South Florida.
South Florida. There's lots of women in South Florida.
There's a lot. Absolutely.
Where are you guys at? Are you guys at like which part of South Florida? That's a big.
Whitney lives in like the richer area, so like in Christmas, if he takes off, we could use your real estate expertise and sell his house.
Naples? Where are you at Naples?
No, that's too far.
We're on the other side, so we're our office is here in Fort Lauderdale. Abe lives. Abe lives just south towards Miami, and I live just north, like towards it's an area called Coral Springs.
Yeah. I was out in Fort Myers, and I get off the plane. I lost all my electrolytes. I had no salt in my body, and I started getting psychic, and I could read people's thoughts. And the cops,
awesome.
I'm wearing a bathrobe, and I got a beard, and I got long hair. Just came out of the jungle, and I'm in a cab, and I'm supposed to go to this hospital to get a cancer checkup. The cop knocks on the window, and he's like, "Do you want to come in the police car or the ambulance?" I was like, "Ambulance." And then they locked me up. They locked me up, and my brain, the white light started coming, and my brain was like, "You're dying right now." And I'm in this ambulance, and I'm starting to die, and I'm talking. I keep babbling to myself so that I stay awake, because I knew if I pass out, I'd probably be dead. So it got pretty intense there, and I woke up in the ICU unit with all the dead guys. These are the guys who are brain dead, and they ended up injecting me with salt water, and I was fine. But I lost all my electrolytes, so I was going, man. If you don't have any salt in your body, your electrical current isn't moving.
Your heart shuts down.
Yeah,
your heart. Yeah, if you have an imbalance in sodium and potassium in your heart's gonna stop. That's fucking crazy.
So that's in the book, Hard Times 2. You guys can go get that from my store.
Yeah, we'll be sure. We're gonna make this a bestseller. So we have a huge reach here.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people that watch or listen to our podcast. We have a ton of people and a ton of traffic on our Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff. So we're gonna push the hell out of it. Mm-hmm. All right, dude. Thanks a lot, and I'll shoot you a message about this weekend if we can make it up.
Yeah, man. 21 convention. You guys will like it, and it's pretty outlaw shit. It's like the real Fight Club.
Awesome.
Hey, we won't talk about it. Just please send us an invite. And again, brother, it was awesome having you on here. I'll do, we're all going to do our best pushing that book. Definitely. Thank you for coming on here and giving us a minute of your time. I mean, that was, dude, amazing. Amazing. I love how real you are. You're straight out of a book, brother. And honestly, God bless, man. I'm glad you've beaten cancer multiple times. That's fucking awesome. And I only wish you nothing but the best, man. And I wish to hear from you when you come back off the next jungle tour.
Thanks, gents. Appreciate you. Respect the grind.
See you, man.
See you later, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, and Stitcher. I'll see you next week.